Now this is absolute drip. Well, the time has come for Pokemon Masters Valentine's Day event. Well, okay, not Valentine's Day, Palentine's Day, but you get the point, it's basically the same thing. And I have been very interested in the event itself ever since they revealed who the sync pairs were gonna be. That's right, it's Rika and Adaman, and given my history with them, it's gonna be a fun time. So the event begins as we catch up with Adaman, who's got himself a shiny Eevee, and apparently he got it from the group of Eevee enthusiasts that we've seen in other events, and it does make sense because Leafeon, his signature Pokemon, is an evolution, so that's sorta neat. Meanwhile, in the town square, Katie is showing off a bunch of the treats that she's baked for Palentine's Day. So we see some of the other characters from past events and their outfits there, and it turns out that Rika is here as well, who obviously knows Katie and is complimenting her on the sweets. So now we're kinda setting everything up with our two characters. But that reminds Adaman about the holiday and leaves him in a bit of a predicament, as it is a holiday where people show their thanks toward each other. He doesn't really know how exactly they go about things. That is when we're joined by yet another Paldean character, Atticus, and he and Adaman get to talking over their shared interest in ninjas, because remember in the DLC of Pokemon Legends Arceus there was that whole thing with Adaman wanting to study ninjutsu from Benny, and so that was kind of a plot thread that didn't really go anywhere, but very interesting that we're seeing it continued here. And man, yeah, I'm realizing that Benny is not in Pokemon Masters. Yeah, we're missing so many Hisuian characters. The point is that with Adaman being a ninja apprentice and Atticus being a ninja enthusiast, they get to bond a bit here, and I think that is a really fun idea. So then Atticus recommends he wear a special outfit for the occasion, even volunteering to make it himself along with the help of Valerie. So yeah, really great. I do love Atticus, one of my favorite members of Teen Star, so that was a really nice way to incorporate him into the story here. And in all honesty, I think now that he is here in Pasio, it'd be a really fun headcanon for him to make everybody's outfits. Well, maybe not everybody's outfits, but the occasional fun costume. That is when Rika joins the player character and also talks about Palentine's Day, and about how there are some specific people that she'd like to show thanks to as well. Those being all the members of the Pokemon League, and there's even a shout out to the characters that she met here on Pasio, with her also thinking about Whitney and Misty from the event back then. Yeah, you know, the tomboy crew. But that is also when she reveals that she had become such good friends with Misty that she gave her a Wooper that is now evolved into a Quagsire, which she has with her, a shiny Quagsire at that. And dude, I love shiny Quagsire, one of my favorite shinies definitely, but there is a bit more we're gonna have to talk to concerning that at the end. But Rika's predicament is that she feels she has two sides to her and isn't sure which to show. That is when Katie shows up and kind of gives her that advice in a way to potentially show both of her sides, her serious side and her fun side. So everything finally culminates on Palentine's Day, where both Adaman and Rika have their new outfits. And dang, do they look good. They're ready for the fanciest date night you've ever seen. Or I mean, you know, a day with friends, because this is Palentine's Day. But anyway, I think they're both really satisfied with how they look, so then we get a little montage of them interacting with the other characters, showing their thanks, giving them some sweets, and so on. So overall, a really nice fun time, not a whole bunch of big conflict or anything. Kind of a usual thing of like, ooh, how do I show my friends that I really care? But of course, I think that really is all you need for an event like this. So yeah, Rika catches up with Misty, and meanwhile, Adaman reveals that his Eevee has evolved into a Sylveon. So a really fun time, I think it was really cute, and it was great too, seeing Atticus and Katie there also contributing. But now for the final little stage of the event, both Adaman and Rika realize that the final person they need to show their appreciation towards is you. That's right, the player character. So for the final extra little event, you basically get a date with each of them. Not really a date again, you know, you're all just being friends, but there's a little scene for each of them, both Adaman and Rika, where they show their appreciation towards you and give you a little gift. And of course, you unlock a special artwork as well, with Adaman handing you a bunch of flowers at night, and meanwhile Rika invites you to a fancy restaurant. It's even all you can eat, and she gives you some chocolates that were made by Katie. Really cool and fun, a nice time. The artworks look great as well, but most of all, I really gotta commend DNA for the choices in sync pairs for this event, because normally for Palentine's Day, I feel like for the past few years, we've kind of gotten a good selection, but I feel like in terms of theming, we were starting to get a little repetitive, because so many of them were baking themed and we saw similar color palettes, and on top of that, it was only last year that we finally got the first male sync pair for Valentine's Day, the second now being Adaman this year, who I do always really find funny to see wearing modern clothing, because we got him in the other event a while ago. Once again, seeing Grandpa from 100 years ago wearing modern clothing is really funny. And Rika, oh my gosh, so many people are really happy with this event, and I think it is really funny that of all characters to choose for a Valentine's Day event now, it happens to be Rika, because you know, oh boy, I've got an interesting history with the character. First of all, I really did like Rika in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but I remember when they were first adding her to Pokemon Masters, there was a little Twitter sweepstakes going on, and normally I engage with these and try to get some free stuff because I have quite a few things. So the base tweet for that event that happened like 2 years ago at this point basically was set up as Rika's interview, recreating the interview that she has in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet when you enter the Pokemon League. So the first question was, are you familiar with my personal history as a Pokemon trainer, and what makes you want to battle alongside me? For my reply, I said that I'm not too familiar with her history, but that's what makes me want to battle together. We can learn more about each other and become friends through our Pokemon. So, you know, a pretty normal reply. But then the very next day I was met with this tweet, where I was tagged specifically relaying the second question for the event. But the crazy thing is that this wasn't even like an automated tweet that I only got. No, this was posted on the main Pokemon Masters account and basically everybody saw it. Included was a little video response, not necessarily recorded specifically for me. This seemed like a pretty generic one.
I see. I'm glad it's something wholesome.
But you can imagine how I felt that day, waking up and realizing that I was tagged by Pokemon Masters, and my phone just blowing up the entire time because I would get notifications whenever anybody liked or interacted with the tweet as well. So yeah, it was a really crazy day for me. I screenshotted, screen recorded everything because it was hilarious, and I'm keeping this on my list of funny interactions with Pokemon. And if you're wondering, this was my sign that I did win one of the prizes, though unfortunately I did not win the Giant Clodsire plush, but I did get a booster bundle sent to me for the most recent set at the time, that being Paradox Rift, and I did open it up in a little side video, so hey, I got some free Pokemon cards from Pokemon, specifically from Rika. But anyway, now onto the Pokemon that they have as well. Adaman with Sylveon is a fun idea, especially a shiny Sylveon, something special. But then just to drive home some of the connections even further, Rika has a shiny Quagsire, which I really do love the concept of, because again, Misty had given it to her, and it is a bit of a symbol of their friendship, as well as with Whitney, who is from Johto, and basically being an inverse of her signature Pokemon Clodsire. Being a shiny Pokemon as well, something extra fun and special. But do you want to know what my personal first shiny Pokemon I ever found was? A shiny Wooper, and it is now a shiny Quagsire, and I still have it. I forget which game it's in. I don't know how far I transferred it up at this moment, but the point is I still do have him, and he is one of my favorite shiny Pokemon ever. The fact that now Rika, the Pokemon character who has canonically called me out on Twitter.com, also has a shiny Quagsire? I don't know, you can't make this kind of stuff up. And if you're wondering, I did roll for Rika and Quagsire and got them in only 2 10 scouts. So yeah, that's quite a way to start off a year. But let me know what you think in the comments below about this event, which of the 2 sync pairs is your favorite, what do you think about their outfits and their choice of Pokemon, and how else do you want to see them interact with other characters on Pasio in the future. But anyway, I should get going because I've got plans to spend time with the people who are really special to me as well. Thank you to every channel member for your continued support, including the Great Gators, Miranda Ray, That's Ven, Impbrush, Mara, Jaza, Justin Dowes, Alex with Shiny Hunts, KoiKoi13, Cemetery Hill, Cheez-It62, GatorKid509, TF, Mathaclog947, Taijirai, Phantom, and Quago. If you'd like to support, see your name here, get access to emotes for comments, live streams, sometimes early videos, and our members Discord server, as well as the podcast, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky as well for more memes. Anyway, this is GatorX, and I will catch you all later.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
We'll both be rich when we catch.
Today, celebrate Valentine's Day with Team Rocket as they deliver trouble to your favorite kids' WB stars. Isn't it romantic? Plus, catch 2 all-new Pokemon adventures. It's Team Rocket's Valentine's Day, starting right now on Kids WB.